Thank you for tuning in once again. 28 days where we are celebrating our culture and our heritage. Once again, as promised, we have brought another distinguished guest through, and his name is Dr. Ryan Whitaker. Dr. Whitaker, give us a background on who you are and what you do.
So real quickly, I define myself as a scholar in practice who is committed to confronting systemic inequalities through the lens of social justice. Example, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And the social gospel, Luke chapter 4. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me not to just look cute on Sundays, but to actually make a difference in my community. Currently, I serve as the Director of Admissions, a faculty member, and also a researcher for Lancaster Bible College at the Center for Urban Theological Studies.
And I know one of the things that gets your gut, or what gets you going, or what's that in your belly that drives you, is you have a real concern, and also from a theoretical standpoint, being a researcher and a scholar, and then from a practitioner standpoint, making that applicable when it comes to black males. So can you expound on that, please?
Absolutely. Well, let me take us back to 1903. Du Bois argues in his classic book, The Souls of Black Folk, that the problem of the 20th century is that of the color line. I want to embellish his claim for a second and say that, you know what, black male identity in an American context is still dangerous. Too often black males are viewed as the wretched of the earth, as Frantz Fanon would argue, but also a threat to the earth. So it is because of that that my work really deals with the deeper level issues as it pertains to black males.
Now, I know one of the things that men struggle with in general, but especially black men, and through your interactions and your research and your and just going out there, being in the community in various parts of this country, the word masculinity. How do you see young men define, or men in general, defining their masculinity in today's society?
I think it's profound confusion. And because of the profound confusion, it leads to misguided masculinity. That it's okay to sleep around with 20 different women. That it's okay to do things that is illegal. And we say that, you know what, well, that's normalized behavior. So one of the things that I try to do is to really free them from what I would say the man box. That, you know what, being a man does not mean that you have a certain amount of money, or that you drive a certain car, that you sleep with certain women. Manhood is about providing, is about protecting, it is about serving, it is about love, it is about fully understanding your purpose and understanding that you are put here on earth to leave a legacy.
You know, with that being said, and great dissertation on that, if I can say, what are the things that some of the challenges in these cultural contexts that they have to navigate, these landmines of life, when they're going from one neighborhood to another or a different environment? What are some of the things that you help guide them through when it comes to that?
Well, again, I think it's one of the things that's important is that we need to have a conversation. Oftentimes we're socialized to live less than and to be less than. And that's a liberation process where we have to free these brothers. One of the things that I'm writing on is that we need to free ourselves from depictions of the hyper-masculine man. You know, just want to show his muscles and cuss and fight. But also the emasculated brother doesn't understand the power and the potential. That also, I talk about the impotent brother that's walking around without a sense of his purpose. And also the playboy. Yeah, that it's not okay to have 20 different women. That it's not okay to not take care of your kids. That, you know what, we're supposed to protect our women. We're supposed to love our women. So I think these are some of the conversations that we need to have. Now, one of the things that I do is I don't look at my brothers from a deficit perspective. And I think sometimes brothers are turned off of these conversations because it's a beatdown. And you can't beat down. We got to love up. Now, we need to have these conversations, but it's about the spirit of how we have these conversations.
What role do you believe that the church have played, should play, and continue to play in developing these men?
Okay, well, let me just talk about the church, but specifically I want to deal with the black church. We cannot overlook the grave importance of the black church within our communities. What I would say right now is that the black church has to become more active within this black male discourse.
Yeah.
I love what the president is doing with My Brother Keeper initiative. I'm familiar with a lot of local initiatives, but quite frankly, the church, we need to have a voice in that particular conversation. There needs to be a stronger emphasis for developing men, whether we're talking about adult men, but also the younger men. But then here's another piece, right, where we need to humble ourselves because some churches are doing well with developing men. What can we learn from them?
Okay.
Some brothers are doing a phenomenal job of leading different male ministries. What can we learn from them?
Yeah.
And I believe if we take that approach, then everyone can start to develop their own toolkit, which is applicable for their context.
So what I hear is collaboration, integration, so we can get enculturation and learn from one another. As we wrap up, Dr. Whitaker, what are some of the ways that people can get in contact with you?
Individuals can give me a call at my office, which is 215-329-5400, extension 17. Again, that's 215-329-5400, extension 17. Or they could give me an email at rwhitaker@lbc.edu. Again, that's rwhitaker@lbc.edu. Again, my name is Dr. Ron Whitaker, Director of Admissions and Professor at Lancaster Bible College at the Center for Urban Theological Studies, where our mission is to train servant leaders for transformational ministry.
Hey, once again, we thank you for once again tuning in. 28 days we are celebrating our culture and our history. And as we promised, we're going to continue to bring in guests like Dr. Whitaker. So we look forward to tuning in tomorrow. Once again, thank you, and do come back again.